Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. This is what our dig teams managed to find for the third week of the show. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. We're starting off today with a team dig, the DOSGAMES /adventure /Jones folder, which was dug up by Scott Percival and Pixel Diva. So in this case, if this said Win Games, I'd have an idea of what it is, but DOSGAMES I'm not so sure, and there doesn't seem to be a Jones executable. There's a COM file. A fairly sizable README. Skip the README, let's just go into it. Before we begin, do you want sound? Yes. To return to DOS at any point in the game, simply press F10. It's also save your game progress. Start at the beginning, press F1. Okay, just press F1. The people of Harris DSP challenge you to a game of wit and skill. The stakes, a Sony TD4 camcorder. Huh? Your mission, find the Miss... That disappeared pretty quickly. To win, track down clues along the maze-like streets of DSP, locate the archives, chance grand prize, find many perils. More... Engineering Jones and the Time Thieves of DSP? This is curious. Smoking sockets, another civilization gutted, but this time it's personal. This time it's DSP. My favorite... What? This is going by really quickly. Senior Time Warden? Scarce slime balls who slip back to time plunder Turning Point Technologies. Imaging bot. He plucked my hide from the void more times than you could say monolithic convolver. This here, okay, so it's asking me for my name now. This is, well, it's interesting. I can't say I was expecting something like this out of a COM file. Okay. What's our next move? Well, check mission control. Wow. Actually quite a lot of detail here for something that didn't seem like it was going to be much. This is very specific to Sony. Like, look at that. It says Trinofax, like, probably related to... Because I know a lot of Sony products had the sort of TRIN in the names and stuff, like the Trinity and Trinitron and stuff like that. Time Thieves have booby-trapped the city. One slip and you'll be blasted into the void, an eternal maze of psychic agony. It's interesting how they actually had to describe what that was. In case of intruders, best press the B key. The B key is always active. Press B now. What? Okay, I understand the concept of the boss key. It's actually something that's going to come up in the next episode of Ancient DOS Games. But the boss key was a key you could push so that if you're playing a game on company time and your boss is coming by, you just push the key and suddenly you look like you're doing actual work or something. Because the boss, it would like show up a spreadsheet or maybe a Word document or just a command prompt, but this doesn't seem like it would be a very convincing boss screen right here. Press left or right to change direction, or right or left in this case, or enter to advance down. Well, let's advance down. This place is a maze. No any good Everything goes so fast in this. Like, I mean, maybe if I turn the cycles down, but then at the same time, it doesn't seem like... It doesn't feel like it's using the cycles count to time things. Anyone else notice that there's kind of like a face going on in the floor there? You definitely can't go that way. Let's go this way. Oh, watch your step, we're approaching the space bridge. Are you a design engineer or manager? Wow, this is so unusual for a game. This is another one that I don't know what to really make of it. At least it kind of makes sense, but it's like dropping you in with all this lingo and everything. Uh-oh, the edge detectors are fuzzing out. Step lively with losing focus. Oh, this is Ah! Grab a pixel is the only way back to reality. Press spacebar to grab. This is weird. So it's like I don't have any control over which direction this is going to turn in. So I just sort of have to wing it, in a sense. Because I'm pushing spacebar to turn, but whether it goes clockwise or counterclockwise, I have no control over. That was tricky. Numero uno and image processed for the thieves. And now we're just back to this maze. Man, this is a really weird thing. I think I'm gonna call it here with this game. This definitely... It goes a little fast with the messages, but other than that, this is pretty creative for this kind of adventure thing, with this sort of mini-game sort of thing going on. It's just so weird that it has this layer of, like... This layer of Sony-based advertising, in a sense, but it almost doesn't feel like it would... Hold on here. Let me actually check. Returning to DOS, let me actually check that README file. I still have no idea what this has to do with much of anything. I guess my final verdict is that that's a very interesting way of doing an adventure title like that. I like the fact that it's not just a simple text adventure, but at the same time, it is kind of weird just trying to figure out what exactly it's about. There's so much lingo and everything. It's hard to imagine what this was for or anything. Like, if anyone has any idea what this was about, let me know, because there's clearly some effort put into this. I just don't know really what to make of it. Next up, Anton Panetta has dug up DOSGAMES /arcade2/misfortune, which is kind of spelled interesting. Misfortune. I have no idea what this is gonna... Wait, wheel? Wheel of misfortune? As opposed to Wheel of Fortune? I don't know. Let's see here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Before I push anything, or press the space bar, Tommy's Wheel of Misfortune. Something I need to point out right now is that Tommy's games were kind of like this whole series of really minimal quality games that were like pushed out everywhere. It's something I've been meaning to do an ADG video on, except it's just finding them all is the hard part. Like, I mean, there is a website that I've been made aware of that has them all listed, and this is definitely something for for an episode for sure. But I'm just warning you guys right now that these games were not exactly high standards, so... But they're curious, because there was definitely effort put into them despite that fact. So, not a one-player game, unfortunately, so let's just say 2 players. I will be not that. And player 2 can be someone else. Oh, so I can't fit that. Well, someone L. So someone L gets to go first. Press spacebar to spin or S to solve things. So it's a Wheel of Fortune clone, clearly. So, well, let's actually give it a shot here. Consonant, whatever that key is. I can't see the keyboard right now because my microphone's in the way, so... Biovowel is... V? A. No A's. So, I'm up. I'm going to say T. No T's. It's like every letter's almost gone now. Okay, finally found one. Oh. I know what it is. Okay. So, this is basically a Wheel of Fortune clone. It's interesting that it supports up to 6 players. Playable for sure. Yeah, it's not bad. It's better. Let's put it this way: it's better than most of the stuff that Tommy's Toys was known for, which is kind of impressive in its own weird way. It almost kind of looks like, too, like the wheel is randomly generated. Let's actually test that. Deal with the annoying sounds. That audience is really bad at that. Yeah, the wheel is randomized each time, so that's actually kind of neat. So, better than I was expecting, given the history of the Tommy's Toys games, but yeah. Our last dig for today is DOSGAMES /arcade/civ_war, which was dug up by Jonathan Lohr. So this is looking like it's going to be called something like Civil War or something. Oh yeah. Look at that. We got 2 executables and a batch file, I should say. It's dated 1990s and 1991. So, I don't know. Let's try it out. Civil War. Hit any key. Okay. So, game parameters. Difficulty. This is probably going to be like some kind of strategy thing, so very easy because I suck at strategy. Map file error. Map has 0 objectives. Player. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, let's just fight. Ooh. This is weird. So those are clearly our units on the screen there. Enter for command menu. Move to objective, intelligence. Okay, how's anybody supposed to read that? Red on purple? Or magenta if you want to be accurate. Move cursor over enemy units. Oh, this is actually hexagonal. Or it's arranged to be like a hexagonal. Oh, and every unit has its own name, too. So, A is artillery. Oh no, this is interesting. I was actually in a sort of a move mode. Now the AI's playing. This actually looks like it would be pretty interesting to get into. There's no way in hell I would enjoy this game. This is like way beyond my desire for any kind of strategy gaming. But for anybody into sort of hardcore strategy gaming, like, this looks like it'd be pretty interesting. Still really have no idea what I'm doing, but it doesn't look like it's that complicated. There's only 3 different kinds of units, at least in terms of this. Yeah, I think this would be interesting for anybody into strategy games, so yeah, cool. Found something unique and interesting in the shovelware. Actually, this whole episode's kind of been like that, hasn't it? We had the we had that adventure game at the start, and that weird Sony thing, and then the Wheel of Misfortune thing, which seemed to be one of the better Tommy's Toys games. So yeah, I think this overall today was a good dig. Good selections, everybody.